I hereby call this meeting of the Secret World Society to order. Chaired by Lord Regent Carl II, we shall once again pursue knowledge in the mysteries of the library.
Anyways, thanks for that, Mars. Rowan, you said Lyrilyn wouldn't be here this week, right? Why?
They had a lot to reflect on last week. You seem to be the best suited to run this thing without them. So, Ani, you're in charge.
Okay, great. Thanks for that, too. Do I really have to be in charge when I have a test tomorrow?
Ani, you always have a test tomorrow.
Okay, it's not my fault that Van Latte puts all of his tests on Wednesdays. Medicinal chemistry is really hard, okay?
If you don't want the job, I'm sure Mars would do a great job.
It's Carl II who would do a great job. It's simply his voice.
Great, yeah, okay. And why can't you do this, Rowan?
I'm not from this world. I'm your... How did Lyrilyn put it? Spiritual guide, not your leader. If something goes wrong, I'm not the one in charge.
Okay, fine. So we're going back into the library, and we are going to keep this as safe and honestly as simple as we can this week, given everything that happened last time that we went in.
Are we sure it's safe to be going after everything?
Safer than it was with Jean.
We're just gonna stick together this time. So let's go in, go through some of the books that we need, maybe look for something interesting, and then we come back and we go to bed. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. Let's do this.
Okay, so I thought maybe we'd do something a bit different today. Lately, I've been bringing you texts, or we've been staying in small areas. There's a place I want to show you all, one you haven't seen yet.
Quick question, what happened to the safe and simple?
It is safe, mostly. It's not the shifting stacks or restricted wings, and we won't be putting Catalina or Mars in any more danger.
So, safer than it was with Jean.
Statistically speaking, yes.
Exactly. It's part museum, part archive, part memory. They call it the Gallery of Intrigue. It's where the library keeps records of the many groups that have played a role at one point, whether it be for the better or the worse.
Ooh, like a hall of conspiracies?
Wait, just how many groups are there? I assumed maybe one or two, but enough for a gallery?
Okay. Why now?
You're in charge, remember? If you want to understand the library and maybe keep your club members safe, it helps to understand who else walks in its halls. Who's watching, who's meddling, who's recording everything. This gives you a head start.
You're really turning existential dread into a study project, aren't you?
Comes with the territory.
Fine. But if I flunk Van Latte's test, I'm blaming you. The final exam is tomorrow.
Deal.
So, what exactly are we about to see?
A collection of rooms. Each one is a fragment, a manifestation of how the library feels about each group, and the impact that they had. The rooms aren't permanent. In fact, they tend to change based off of the visitors and recent events. Think of this as the library talking to you about what it has experienced, rather than a perfect history. The library has a sense of drama.
Well, that's putting it lightly. The library treats me like I'm in the Glove Theater.
It tends to do that. Come on, the first room is just ahead.
Whoa, what is this place?
This room is freezing. It's all tile or concrete and it's full of prison cells and... Ugh, those fluorescent lights are horrible. It feels like a mix of an office and a jail cell.
This is the room of the Jailors, though they call themselves the Foundation. They've interacted with the library longer than most, but always take, never to understand. They're dangerous and thorough.
It's like they built this entire room to make it feel like you're constantly being watched. It's all shelves of cages, locked filing cabinets, and doors with no labels.
Well, that's not far off.
What? Is this a photo of me leaving the library? That's so fucked up. Why is it here?
As Catalina said, what they do is watch and study. They don't see people, only anomalies.
There's a plaque here. The group known as the Jailors refer to themselves as the Foundation. They are, in many ways, the oldest and most dangerous of those who would use us for their own gain. They are cold, meticulous, and watchful, and should they ever find a way to open the doors or extract that knowledge from one of our agents, we would be in a dire position. The earliest known mentioning of them comes from the 1344 text of the Damned, which mentions them in the past tense as if they had always been known to be there. The book itself speaks of those who had been abandoned into the Jailors' care at length, but the first instance of referring to themselves as such was Cullihan bin Haltib's story of allowing him to be captured in an attempt to save his blood brother, other sources say lover, whom he found tortured and maimed. To our knowledge, bin Halatib was the first to refer to them as such. Currently, we advise all to remove themselves quickly should the Jailors be detected. Only 6 times in their history have we successfully delved into their strongholds, and only twice have we escaped unscathed. We were lucky to have aid in scouring the voice of God from their possession, and should the chance ever become available, we will strike down the great betrayer who they protect. But until such a time, leave them be. A viper must know when it strikes an armored heel.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's totally not terrifying. You know when you said this was safe? Gonna need to circle back on that.
This is as simple as the library gets. There is one more thing I wish to show you, though. A quote, engraved by a survivor long ago. If you listen closely, you can even hear it.
With their jingling keys, the Jailors sit in their deep catacombs and watch the others with lidded eyes. They wait and they watch, but how rarely they see. And the outburst that they take as a fit of their captives, they don't see as the thing which it is, a cry for help that is heard and sometimes answered. They look for us in the quiet places, in those places where maps cannot touch or scribe across the paper, and they don't know that we are right under their nose, waiting, watching, waiting to open the door and walk out, taking all of the rest of us with them. And they wait, and their keys grow heavier and heavier, and our sister is ever patient on their web.
That wasn't one of us, was it?
No, that was the room itself. It remembers them, but there's nothing here anymore.
Maybe we shouldn't stay any longer. Let's just keep moving.
Oh, absolutely not. I hate this. What the hell happened here?
Oh, wow. Ugh, that smell. Burned paper and blood?
Everything is ashes and coals. There's nothing left.
Welcome to the room of the Bookburners, the scorched graveyard of everything they try to erase.
Why would the library even keep this? It's just piles of soot and burnt dreams. Some of the materials half burnt into the floor. You can't even tell what language it was written in. There's nothing left to read. What's not burnt into the floor looks melted and stomped on. This feels like a house fire that was never reported to the police. What's the point of a library if you let this happen?
That's exactly it. The library doesn't forget, even when others try to erase something for good. Every destruction, every fire, every page torn, they all leave scars. The library collects scars too.
Were these all from one fire?
No. These are from hundreds, maybe thousands. Some were magical, some mundane. The Bookburners don't always work together, but they shared a goal. Silence.
Great. Book fascists. Where's the plaque? They may want to burn all the information they can get their skeezy little hands on, but as long as we're here, like hell is anyone gonna forget?
Found it! The Bookburners are a small new group of ignorant, fearful men who do what all ignorant, fearful men do. Destroy. They are sadly human, and as such they fall prey to all the feelings that humans fall prey to. Lust of destruction, hatred of things unknown, and fear of what they do not understand. While the Jailors at least approach us with a cold, meticulous curiosity, the Bookburners would rather see us gutted and slain, left lying in the gutters to be swept away as trash. Needless to say, we delight in ruining their plans. The Bookburners first appeared at the end of the 30 Years of Sorrows, shortly after the Great Searing destroyed a fragment of the East Wing. They became aware of us through the Jailors, and since, they have tirelessly hunted our people. They are merely the most recent in a long line of Saracens, Crusaders, and Mongols that only have an interest in rape and death, as observed by Plutarch. They should be avoided, but never feared.
They should be hunted, not avoided.
Careful, Mars. Don't get too angry.
I don't think I could be calm after this. This is disgusting. They don't just want to burn books, they want to erase them. This is violence.
Hold on, there's a page here. It's smoldering, but it's not really burning.
That's a memory, so to speak. Something that even Bookburners wouldn't erase. Listen.
Their torches are not new to us, though they bring a newer sorrow. When ink was first set to page, the flames were soon to follow. Knowledge is feared, and we are they who keep and hold it sure. So remember, when the burners come, we've seen their kind before.
They're monsters.
They're afraid.
Rowan?
Yes?
Thanks for showing us this one.
Of course.
Let's leave. I've had enough of this death pit.
Okay, so whose idea of a good time was a religious cult room?
This is the Room of the Devout. Not a cult, per se, but the differences are slight. This room represents the machinations of the Church of the Broken God.
Why is it so mechanical, but it's also kind of warm and...
The devout believe that these artifacts are pieces of the divine, that there is a god out there waiting to be constructed by them.
Wait, so they're just building a god? What does that even mean? Do they even know what it should look like?
Hard to say. Some suspect that they are rebuilding a god, others that it's anew. One mourns, the other accepts blind faith. Both build.
So... which is it?
The library doesn't decide. Who's to say, really? In the end, doesn't matter.
All the machines are engraved, too. Images, outlines, symbols, and this constant droning of "Hail thee," or "We will find thee," or "We will worship thee." It's all dogmatic.
Kinda haunting, but kinda poetic. Do you think it's real?
It's really hard to answer what's real or false. The library has no nonfiction, no universal truths, just ideas. Things that were, are, or could be. In the end, belief can build worlds. The devout just remember that.
Alright, I need more info. Where is the plaque? Here. The devout are members of a faith, the Church of a Broken God, currently being carefully examined by many denizens of the library. The faithful believe that a collection of artifacts strewn across the world in the hands of various groups and collectors of the arcane are in fact pieces of a deific being. While they are now attempting to reconstruct this being, there is currently a raging debate in the library concerning their process, namely, did this being once exist and was shattered, or did it never exist and is orchestrating its own conception? Those who believe it once existed continue to theorize about what could have happened to something so integral to the world's function that it ceased to be whole. Others believe that at some point in the future the being will come into existence and instruct its creators on the methods of its construction in the past. Either way, the possibility of a seventh true faith is fascinating to most of our denizens, and the Hand is watching the group carefully as they seek answers of their own.
This is fucked.
Hey, Mars, are you okay?
Yes, no, I've never been a fan of people trying to keep knowledge from others, even if it is by accident, like when oral histories get lost to time. But deliberate burning of texts and artifacts? It's one of the worst things I can think of a person doing. It makes no sense to me.
I agree. That room was disgusting. It felt like watching history itself burn, like it was simply gone. Erased.
There are a lot of things we can never get back because of horrible people. Sometimes it feels like they're just insane in their want to destroy anything against what they believe in. Like they're following this single idea that overrides everything else and drives them mad.
It is, in truth, fascinating to watch. It's as if the old Catholics were inspired to take machine oil instead of olive, dousing their hair in it, praising a spirit that I very nearly sensed. I have not felt such a sensation since I was in the presence of sands of Muhammad in the desert, and I must insist that these people be taken far more seriously than we are. The genesis of this god matters little, only that he exists, and even I can feel him. He holds all, protects all, and is somehow understanding. I must learn more.
Yeah, when I said insanity, I did mean that.
They sound fanatic, like nothing else matters. Almost hypnotized.
Who's to say they weren't?
Let's get going. I'm sick of all this single-minded obsession.
It is all pretty fascinating, though.
They say if you listen to the machines long enough, it tells you how it wants to be built.
Have you ever heard it?
Not yet.
Hey guys, is this a room?
Rowan, there's nothing here?
That's not quite true. There's almost too much here. Focus for a moment.
Do you guys hear that? It's not just in my head, right?
Yeah, I hear that too. Ow. Feels like I'm getting a migraine.
This is the vault of the Neverwere. They're beings that never were, never will be, and don't exist, but still, they hunger for reality.
Thanks for the cryptic lesson, but could we get this in a language I understand?
There's not too many ways to describe them. Look around for a moment. You see doors appearing and disappearing. Stories, beings, environments, all exist and cease to exist together.
Please don't tell me I had to actually learn something during my quantum chemistry course.
So, what? These are the ghosts of stories that didn't make the cut?
Lost epics, forgotten myths, imaginary friends who were never pics, gods that were once worshipped but are now alone. All that remains is a need.
Catalina, there was a thing just behind you.
Don't say that.
If you see one, it's already gone. They never stay for too long. They get close, having a moment of reality before the others devour it.
Why?
Because existence is scarce. They were born from absence. They're the price of stories we forget to finish.
Is there a plaque in this room, or does that also half exist?
Sometimes you need to know where to look. Allow me. There are things that are older, more dangerous, and more terrible than anything that exists. And we are those things that never did exist, and never will exist, and don't exist. But they want to. We call these beings the Neverwere. They drift in the hidden corners of places, always just out of sight, made up remnants of forgotten stories, lost epics, and abandoned dreams. In ancient times, the ways were bright and clear as far as you could see, with fruit trees offering a bounty to travelers in exchange for legends of their worlds. However, as more people dreamed and lost, told their stories that were forgotten, and died without ever knowing themselves, the way grew darker and darker, and then, it is claimed, the Neverwere appeared. Others claim that the Neverwere was merely the souls of those who honored dead gods, searching for a chance to call upon another for salvation, while others still say that they are merely figments of the imagination, given elementary form and a body of the ways. At any rate, travelers of the way began to vanish, and beginnings started to appear that should not have existed. A fully realized Neverwere has not been seen in a millennia, though, as they also prey on each other, one achieving existence is normally devoured by its kin almost instantly.
So they exist for a moment before destroying each other. I don't even know what to say.
It feels like my ability to think is also popping in and out of existence, just like my hearing.
We should probably go before your headache gets much worse.
Hallo, sir, whatever is thy name. Come and let me sup thy soul, and we'll be called the same. No, sir, my soul is mine alone. Too late, little child. Now I dwell in your home.
Oh, this is so much.
Welcome to the Magpies' attic. Officially, they're collectors. Unofficially, they're chaos with pockets.
It looks like someone gave a toddler a crow's brain and infinite storage.
A toy soldier! I haven't seen one in... Oh, it's fog now. Why is it from a shelf labeled last Tuesday?
The Magpies hoard time and memory. Anything shiny, sentimental, stolen, it all ends up here eventually.
So they just, swipe people's memories and put it on a shelf?
Pretty much. They've stolen hours, first kisses, favorite meals. That snow globe is someone's entire 12th birthday. They never got to live it.
Wait, is that why I can't remember?
No, you're just forgetful.
Hey, Rowan, what's this glowy thing?
Wait!
1 for sorrow, 2 for mirth, 3 for a funeral, 4 for birth, 5 for your wings, 6 for your beak, 7 for a secret, never to speak.
Don't touch anything that glows in here, or really anything at all if it looks collectible.
Wait, I thought you said this was all safe.
It is, but think about it for a second. Imagine a raccoon that could phase through walls and was obsessed with emotionally scarring you.
Okay, that is such a description. Maybe we should just move on.
Yeah, I don't want to get emotionally pickpocketed.
Alright, welcome to the final room of your tour. This is the Throne of Deva.
Ooh, that's a big chair.
I don't want to sit on it. It feels like it would know me.
Hey, do you guys notice that? The room's covered in text and it's constantly overwriting itself. What's going on?
It's complicated. This all was already written, and now it's being written back into existence. This is the throne of the Deva. It's where they sat when they ruled over the stories.
What do you mean, ruled the stories? Like narrators?
Like gods, but petty ones. Petty enough to write themselves into the margins of reality. The Deva now live in books. But once they did not just live there, they changed them. They made books that changed the world.
That feels dangerous? Yeah, I think that's dangerous.
The library thinks so. It tried to get rid of them, but the Deva want to be remembered. They need it. So their book continues to be written. If the story finishes, they become real again.
So we're in a ticking time bomb made of prose.
It's lonely. The throne. It's huge, but it's empty. Like it's waiting for someone to read the last line out loud.
You may be right, but on that we may never know.
You always talk like you know the library better than people. Do you truly feel it, though?
I guess I do. It's the only place that ever made sense to me. Like it was waiting for me, too.
Well, that's not creepy at all. Hey, if the Deva are trapped in a book on a throne, is this a representation or is this actually them?
Guys, the inscription is changing again.
We rise. Our age-long sleep is now a memory of the distant past. We will strike down our jailers, and they will know that our revenge is complete. The library shall burn, the books shall be consumed, and I will feast on the heart of the great keeper who watches over their books. An ending is coming, for we are written.
Maybe that's our sign to go.
Agreed.
Wait, we're back? We didn't even go through the door!
My head is buzzing. It feels like I just went through a semester of Jean's conspiracy theories.
Well, that is his major.
I guess the library decided that we had enough for one day. Look at the time. Only 3:05. Tons of time to study for your exam.
Wait. Why did you show this to us?
This was a chance to walk through the library's memories. That's what groups of intrigue are. The library keeps its secrets and people.
So, this was a warning?
More like context.
For what?
For whatever comes next. You're wanderers now. You have to be ready.
Is that why you showed us all of this? So we would be ready?
I brought you because you're already part of it. You just didn't know exactly how yet.
Alright, let's go. Exams are tomorrow and I need sleep.
And as we close, I would like to give a special shout out to the people in real life who made today's episode possible. In particular, I would like to thank Kit, who played the role of Ani, Esme, who played the role of Catalina, Moss, who played the role of Mars, Peach, who played the role of Rowan, and Emily, who served as the narrator for the various signs that they found throughout the episode. As well, I would like to thank the musical artist who produced the music that you heard in today's episode. His name is Kevin MacLeod, and you can find his music and more at incomptech.com or simply Google Kevin MacLeod. Finally, I would like to thank the authors who wrote today's story. It was a wide variety of people, and I can't appropriately give credit to everyone, so please go check out the page Groups of Intrigue on the Wanderers Library Wiki. All of the individuals who contributed to it can be found there with the appropriate credits. So, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time.